Hi guys, what's up? And I'm back, and I got a hat on today. My brother bought me this cute hat. So we're gonna go down memory lane, nostalgic. I have some things here that I'm gonna show you that I had growing up that kids these days don't even have. I don't even think kids these days go out to a park, because growing up we went to the playground a lot, because we didn't have iPads in our hands or consoles that we can just sit by and play. Or I know kids also have like their PC setup, like they have a whole computerized setup, or they make their own PCs. We didn't have none of that growing up. So I'm going to show you a couple of things I had growing up, starting with this. This right here is a DVD player, for those of you that don't even know what it is. And my sister had one as well. So you will just basically this, and you will put a CD in there, like a DVD in there. And you would turn it on. This is broken, but on the side there, you would turn it on and off. And this is how you would watch movies on the go. Whatever movie you wanted. And this comes out. This is like a battery pack that plugs into there. And you could also plug it into an outlet if you want to have it, I guess, to work all day instead of just using the battery, which might die in a couple of hours. So we had that. That was a fun thing to have. And the next thing we had was this. I have this little case for it that I got. My parents got for me when we got it. This is what I played with before I had a Wii or an Xbox. This is what I played with. This is a Gameboy. It doesn't work anymore. Oh yes, it turned on. I love that. Let's do that again. Listen to that. Every time that sound, I knew I was going to have a good old time playing. I don't even think I can get anything to play on this. Yeah, it won't go past that startup screen, but that was my favorite startup screen. And it has a game in here. A SpongeBob game. This is one of my favorite games to play on it. And another thing about these kinds of consoles that have cartridges like this in it, can be very annoying at times, because if they were dirty and stuff, they wouldn't work properly, and you would have to go or to like clean it out, which would be very annoying at times. It would freeze up and stuff if it wasn't cleaned, properly. And again, like I said with this, my sister had her own, and she also had her own of this. I think she had a red one or a pink one, I don't know. And she still has it somewhere. So yeah, this was great too on the go. When we go on trips and stuff, just hand me this, I was good to go. Playing whatever game I want. Now pretty much on the go, I'll play a game on my phone. And I didn't have one of these growing up, a phone like this. I mean, nobody did, because they weren't out back then. I was born in the 2000s. So, yeah. So, moving along with that, we also have this. My parents, well, this is more my parents that they used, but this is what it is. Any guesses? Very vintage. I think most parents had this to record like the kids, everything the kids did growing up. This is what my mom and dad used, and I'm sure they have videos, the cassette tapes of us at times, probably like Christmases and stuff like that. They don't use this anymore, because once again, people just record on their phones if they have to, or get nice top of the line cameras like the one I'm using right now to record. But this was it. Kids, smile. Merry Christmas. Your third Christmas. It is 2002. We're gonna have a good old time. And this was great too. It had, I'll show you the tape that's in here. It had a tape in here to record. You didn't, like this, I'm just recording. There's no tape in here. It's just a camera battery, and then you just record with an SD card. SD cards weren't a thing back then, I guess. So there was a cassette tape in there. There is one in there, and there's more in here actually. This is a cassette tape. Digital video cassette. And you would only get like 60 minutes out of this. But this was it, and it's in there. I will take it out to show you it, but I don't know how to. I think you're supposed to push that, but nothing is happening. It's not coming out, but that's in there. It's pretty cool. There's a battery here. And then if you wanted to watch the video that was on here, you will plug it into like your TV, which was great. And back in the day, video recording and stuff, like the quality, this is 4K, like HDR, you know, good quality camera. Back in the day, they didn't have cameras like that. It would look very poor quality, you know, back in the day, and it would have to be like staticky and stuff. As you can see, times has changed and technology has gotten so much better. But yeah, other fun things we had growing up was this. My brother had one of these. We still have it somewhere in the house. I think it's down in the basement. Doesn't work. He had a PlayStation 2 that he played with when we were growing up. My cousin had one like this, which is like, I think this is by Nintendo. It's like similar to this. It has cartridges like my Game Boy, and yeah, she would have to blow on it or whatever to make sure it was clean. Excuse me. And it had you would your controller would be plugged into the console, so you couldn't really go far. Like usually when I play a game, I'll turn my console, I'll lay in bed and play the game. Back then you had to be right in front of the TV with it because the cord was like short. That was also something we had in the 00'S. Now, this was another thing that we had. I don't know if everybody's families had it growing up, but I know my mom and dad had one. This thing right here. And yes, we still do have ours. It just doesn't work, and it's like shattered in it. This is an RCA, like, I don't know what they call it. It's like the home theater TV or whatever. Really big, like, square box TV. I don't think this was considered a flat screen. I mean, kind of is. I don't know, but we had one of those, and we still have ours. Just doesn't work. And we just haven't gotten rid of it yet. But I remember my dad would always watch like his games on there, because my dad is a very big sports person. He'll watch the Mets game and stuff, or the Giants are playing or whatever, and he would watch it on this. And then this is another thing we had growing up. That's a TV right there. Kids these days might not know what this TV is, or any of this stuff I'm showing you. They might not even know what it is. But this is a TV, and with that TV you had this. And that's an antenna there that you would use for your TV to work. The most annoying thing was with those types of TVs would be this. You hear that staticky sound? That was the most annoying thing, is with your TV when it did this and it wasn't working properly, and you would have to fix the antenna, and you would have to bang the TV or whatever, or the antenna to get it to work. Sometimes your antenna would break, and you would have to use a wire hanger as your substitute antenna till you got a new one. I know my mom did growing up. She would have to use the hanger to get her TV to work at times. Or this was annoying when your TV did this. And as you know, let me do something. I'm just gonna play something. This is how the quality of the TV would look back then. Something like this. Now everything is like, now TVs today are like 8K. And you would see TV quality like that. Not anymore. Crazy how times have changed. I'll show you another one.
Well, are we ready to take a look? Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's... This is just like commercial. Now, yeah, I don't have any other good commercials. That's how TV was back then, the quality. Now we also had this growing up, and we still do have our collection. VHSs. I feel like everybody had VHSs. Now kids today probably won't even know what a VHS is. VHS is basically their version of Netflix and Hulu. How they watch movies and shows is how we would watch our movies and shows. We would take a VHS, which is this thing, and we would plug it into this thing. And that's how we would watch our movie or whatever series, whatever we wanted. And it was annoying too, because you couldn't just watch it. You had to wait for all like the trailers and ads to finish before you could actually watch it, which was annoying. And kids might not even know what this is, because we had this too growing up. I think we did go a couple of times when we wanted to rent a movie or VHS or whatever, CD. Blockbuster. This was a thing back then. There was a Blockbuster everywhere you would go. If you didn't have a whole, VHS collection and you just wanted to rent it for a day or whatever, however many days, you can. The one thing about VHS is you have to make sure you rewind the tape, especially when you rented one, because if you took it back to the store, they would charge you a fee if it was not rewinded back to the beginning. Because I guess they will say that it messes it up if you don't rewind it. Which is something you always have to make sure you rewind it or you get charged a fee. Regardless, you should have rewind it for the next person who's going to rent it, because the next person who's going to rent it doesn't want to sit there for I don't know how many hours rewinding the tape, the VHS back to the beginning. Or the next time you go and grab a VHS, you don't want to sit and rewind it. You want to have it already done. So that's something else we had. We also had this. I'm pretty sure they have a newer model of this, but we had this. Me and my sister had DS's. I lost mine, but I don't have mine. But we had like this, which was amazing to have. We also had the Wii, the white Wii, where it came with like the two controllers, and you would play those games. You go, with your controller, you would do the controller movements and everything. We had that. We still have it, and it still works. Haven't used it in a couple of years, but we have used it in the recent years. We have an Xbox 360 that still works, and we still do use it sometimes. Now, something else I had. Now, this is my phone right here. It's an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Before I got my first iPhone, this was my first phone. Right here was this phone. The LG Extrovert. This was my first phone. Before this, I had no phone. This is a phone I think I might have had in like middle school. No, yeah, part middle school, and then like towards the end of middle school, I think I got my first iPhone. Or in high school, I got my first iPhone. And I'll show you my first iPhone too. And my first iPhone was green. This was it right here. Oh. Okay, it's not gonna load, but that's okay. Oh, I got it. Here we go. That was my first iPhone. It was the iPhone 5C in green. And my mom had a white one. I actually remember the day. Me and my mom were out shopping or whatever we were. And we went to Verizon. And I got my first phone. I kind of remember walking out there with a green iPhone. Now, today, would I be able to still have that phone? Absolutely not. Because that phone was like their cheap phone. Like, it was like made out of plastic and not good. And I remember mine broke actually, like literally the whole screen with that phone was torn apart. It was still on there because the like inside, whatever you call that, like the wire or whatever was attached to it still. So it was technically still on the phone. But that was like my second phone after my LG Extrovert. And then after that I went to an iPhone 6. And then after the iPhone 6, I went to an iPhone. I think after the 6 I just went straight to the iPhone 10. Well, some people say X, but incorrectly it's 10. It's how it's pronounced in gold. And then after that iPhone 10, I went to this baby, the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So yeah. Oh, and this is my current TV right now. It is a Samsung. I think it's the Samsung 7 series. That is my current TV. It's 4K, like 4K Ultra HD. Compared to like the TV we had growing up, this is very fancy. This is my actual first ever like fancy TV. Because before this TV, I had an RCA TV that was like, it said it was 4K, but it was like terrible quality. And then before that, I had an LG TV. And then I also right now, oh, this is very quick, but I'm about to end this. I have an Xbox Series X over there, which I really love the Xbox Series X. And then now I'm gonna do something. If I had to choose between my Game Boy and an Xbox Series X, I'm going for the Xbox Series X. I'm sorry, this may be back then I may have really loved this, but now I love my new console, my new favorite console. Before the Xbox Series X, I had the Xbox One, which is over there, and I'm not gonna grab it, but I don't use it anymore. Alright, this is going on way too long. But yeah, that's basically, this is gonna wrap it. Basically everything I had growing up, like what we use, like fun. Record me. Record my day. Hi guys. Recording my family. This is the year 2004. So yeah, so much fun, so many memories. I have so many memories. Sorry about that, guys. My camera just died on me. It said battery exhaustion and died on me, and I went to look for my other one, which was plugged in, but it wasn't working because it was dead, because it wasn't plugged in properly. But I'm just gonna end this video real quick before it dies on me again. So that was the end of the video of going down memory lane with all the nostalgic things. So I'm gonna go. So like, subscribe, comment, and ding the bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Peace.